Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're relaxing and, taking a look at the charts as I am and understanding what's going on in this market. Took a bit of a slow week here. I didn't really do an update on Tuesday or Thursday. Actually, not really. I didn't do it at all. And that's because, not much was happening in GameStop. It's been chopping about, making lower lows, and the S&P has been in a complete meltdown along with the every other indice here. The Nasdaq and the Russell probably faring the worst out of them all. And we ended the week with like a strong bounce off the lows here, probably shorts covering a lot of their positions. But all in all, like GameStop faring pretty good. I mean, all things considered, like if you were to compare GameStop to like one of these tech stocks here, and get down to the tech stocks like Tesla or something, they are in a complete free fall, right? They're getting hammered down, and same as Nvidia and AMD. Lots of these stocks are getting absolutely pummeled. Sorry, I think I just missed AMD here. This one's doing real. It's in a real rough spot. It's been falling ever since we hit my short target of 173. Now it's at 100. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about all these stocks. I'm here to talk about GameStop and give you guys an update on where I think things are going here. And it's in a very complex correction. It continues to make three-wave moves, and it'll come to an end eventually. But the thing is this just gonna like stretch out here, and is this just gonna keep going on forever? Well, I don't think so. I think it'll end eventually. You'll probably get a pop up eventually, but the way things are looking at the moment, it's not great, right? I wish I was able to give you guys super bullish analysis. Like I said that we could have a flat scenario. I think a couple weeks ago, like something like this. But I said the markets need to stabilize. They need to hold up, and you need to get a bounce, and we're not getting that. And if you say like that has no effect on GameStop, it has a tremendous effect. When everyone's panicking out and the VIX is high and everyone's freaking out about their, the market going down, they tend to panic sell everything, and it just by nature, like GameStop will start to go down too. People will start selling some stock for whatever reason. The shorts kind of take advantage of that too, and they pile in their positions and try to get a little bit of a dump down. But it's holding up pretty good. But I think that if it gets to this area down here, my area is $20.52 and $18.77. This is your final low here to probably like hit it with like everything you've got, but obviously with proper risk management, have some stops just in case. But I think I'm going to be adding a ton here if it gets down into this area. I've been adding into this area down here as we chop around, but the more and more I look at the chart, it's looking less likely that we just bottom out here and reverse up straight up into this wave 3. I think we need more time. I think it needs to cook. Let me cook. And we take a look at the daily time frame. The daily cycle had an attempted breakout here, but we didn't get that, and then we came back down. It's reattempted with a small pump here, and it's under its 200-day. Right now, it's under its 200-day moving average. So I think we come back down just a little bit. It's not even much. Like it's like 15%. Like you make it back once it pumps back up in no time. But that's just my opinion, obviously, and not to state the obvious. But if the markets go down significantly, you continue to dump down, then this is where GameStop is gonna get its final leg lower, probably, right? And let's take a look at Market Cipher. Market Cipher, we'll start off with the larger time frame. So weekly time frame not looking great. 15 in the -5 on the dual band strength index. Daily time frame, you have manipulation coming in. 17 in the -3. What happens when we see manipulation? They're trying to push it down further than it should go. We've seen this before. Manipulation. They push it down, they push it down, they push it down, they push it down, and eventually they just run out of juice. Yeah, they're able to push it down pretty significantly, right? But eventually it undoes itself. So if they do this again, right, my guess is that they probably do it and they push it down into like the 20s. They try to get past this level and they just can't. There's just too many buyers. There's no more room left on the RSI, and then boom, it blows up in their face. That's my opinion, right? And we can always have different opinions. You can do whatever you want. Nothing new on Wave Edge, really. There's no really significant buying or anything like that I'm seeing on the 1 hour, daily, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, weekly. I don't have any new signals at the moment, but when I do, I will always let you guys know. Some people say that these target areas don't work, and I draw them after I was reading some of the comments after. No, not at all. I can give you an example. Right, I do these in advance. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, right? I even leave the ones that don't work here. See, this was an invalidation which morphed the chart into a different pattern, right? And that from there on, we were able to calculate new targets that did work, right? And that gave me my entry at $20, which I rode up into like the 30s, and then I started to take profit on my position, and now we're rolling back down. Now I'm going to be doing the same thing down here if we were to get into this area. The SPY is a great example. And the SPY and the Qs, right? But I'll start off with the SPY. Was a great example. I had this target drawn out in advance when we were up here, like right around the 585s, and I was sending this to some of my banking friends, and they said, nope, not going to happen, never going to happen. The SPY is going to recover. I was like, okay, then you know what? We hit my target. This is the area of where I entered on my SPY position, and I took some profits right away because I really don't trust this market right now. And we'll see how next week plays out. Probably maybe you get a little bit of a bigger bounce. The Qs, different story. The Qs, we hit my area, we bounced, and we came back in. And that's why you always take profit on your trades. Came back in, and now it made a much deeper correction. I think it's going to do some shady stuff here. Maybe it can double correct. If it does, then this is going to be a nasty time for the market. But yeah, let's see how my GameStop levels hold up. Right, we never hit this flat correction target. You gotta get rid of that. Right, probably not going to play out now. Looking at the chart, how it's shaping up. 4 hour time frame is in deep red money. Well, not deep red money flow, but it is expanding towards the downside. A 1 hour time frame is back into the green, but again, once we're in a downtrend, it stays in the green for a short amount of time and it goes back into the red for a longer period of time. So that's why you always got to look at your larger time frames. You got to look at the bigger picture. If the bigger picture was that the daily or the 4 hour was coming out of the red money flow and you're almost out of it, then yeah, and you see an entry on the 1 hour time frame, this is your chance. You got to pull the trigger. You got to get in before everyone else is getting in, right? And if it already is in the green money flow, then you look for dip buy areas like here, and then you ride them up. And I mean, this is just what I'm doing. I'm just sharing my strategy with you guys, giving you guys an update on how things are going. I continue to hold the current GameStop that I have, and I'm looking to add a significant portion if we were to come back down to $20.51. This is not to say that it's going to hit and that I'm going to be, oh, look, I'm right, we hit my target. But you got to be humble. You got to look at the market for what it is. And you got to respect it, because if you don't and you say it can never do that, and you get very arrogant, the market's going to take the money away from your money away from you, right? And I don't advocate for FOMOing in and buying into these areas. I see a lot of people who are angry, right, when I post you got to be patient, and they say I've been patient for 4 years. I'm like, why are you holding for 4 years? Like, what did you buy up here? Then yeah, that's probably why you're upset. You're down a significant amount. You're down like 80-90% on your position. It's very unfortunate, but that's it's not something that I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it's like, why would you do that? Anyways, have a good day, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next update next week. Peace.